We've been working with Shahid on the contact point on the forehand because his contact point is a little bit late. And I want to show you today a bunch of drills that I use for helping him hit the ball a little bit more in front. Some of these drills will be maybe more useful to coaches, and some of these drills you can actually do on your own. So here's the first one. The first one is that I just ask him to swing. So Shahid just swing the racket, so no ball. And I'm just asking him, where does he feel or hear the racket going the fastest? So just becoming aware of where is this ideal contact point in relation to your body, like where is it? So can you hear where is? Over here, okay. So that's like the first step, is just to swing and become aware, just like what is the most natural way for your body to accelerate the racket. Okay, so that's step one. And the second drill that we do is stopping the ball with the left hand. And I like to do this drill just on this side of the court, so I don't play it over the net. So there are actually no mistakes, no shots in the net. So we just play on one side, and he stops the ball with the left hand and plays the ball. So here's how it looks like. All right, Shahid, here we go. So here's the same drill from a different angle. So I just play the ball back to Shahid. He needs to intercept the ball in front with his left hand and then hit it, and that also gives him a good idea about the contact zone, which I will talk a little bit later about. All right, let's move to the next drill. So this drill is similar, where I ask Shahid to put the arm over so he cannot go back with his backswing. So he just plays from this side and just rallies a little bit with me, and that also gives him a good feel for the contact point. Here we go, Shahid. So you just play nice. So all these drills are just giving the player a good awareness of the contact point, because later I will ask him to just meet the ball in that contact point, and he needs to know exactly where it is, how that feels, where he's looking at what contact zone is he looking at, so he needs to be aware of that. So just a few drills. This is also a very useful drill if you teach beginners and they tend to swing too much, so you can slow them down like this a little bit. Okay, so the next step would be for Shahid to step back, and we will play on mini tennis, and you will try to do the same as here, so no backswing, just from contact point and forward. So now that Shahid has a good feel of and awareness of where that contact point is, I'm asking him not to make any backswing, but just sort of put the racket in the same position, yes, as he had before when the net was obstructing him. So just try and imagine that there's still a net behind you, and you put the racket in the contact point and you just follow through from there. So this also helps him engage more of the body because he has no swing. So most of the times the player feel a little better how to rotate in the ball and how to be very stable on the ground. The next very useful drill for helping the player move the contact point a little bit more in front is throwing the ball from behind. So it's a very simple drill, and it looks just like this. So there's almost no way Shahid can hit the ball too late. So always start behind the line. And again, it gives him a very good awareness of where the contact point should be. And this drill also forces him to go a little bit further with the ball. So stay with the ball longer, extend your follow through. So all good things that help with a good forehand. Okay, let's move to the next one. One of my favorite drills to help the player establish a good contact point, especially on the forehand side, is the zone drill. So I mark a zone like this on the ground, and the player has to be behind the baseline. And the goal for the player is that they meet the ball inside the zone. So I tell them that as soon as the ball starts to enter the zone, they need to start to enter the zone. So when the ball is approaching this strike zone, they need to be approaching the strike zone. So that helps them start a little bit earlier their backswing. So I will have Shahid throw me a few balls. So when the ball is coming, I'm just trying to make sure that I'm meeting the ball inside the strike zone. And so I'm not thinking about backswing or anything else. The player should just focus on intercepting the ball. That's also the word I use a lot, intercept the ball. So don't wait for the ball to come in the perfect contact point and then swing, but just try and meet the ball. Like the ball is coming this way and your racket is coming this way, and they just meet in the contact zone. So let's see how Shahid does this. So in the first part of the drill, I'm just tossing the ball with my hand. I'm about 5 meters away from Shahid. So I'm giving him slow ball so he has the time to adapt. And his only goal is that he meets the ball in the zone. So under no circumstance the ball must cross the baseline. But he's basically focusing that he starts swinging towards the ball when the ball is approaching the zone, and when it crosses the first marker, he should be crossing the baseline with his racket. So at least that's the mental image he should have. So that gives him a really good feel for the right strike zone. Very good. Okay, so I just want to show you from this angle how I feed. First, the usual feed. So Shahid, same drill. You're trying to meet the ball in the contact zone. Don't let the ball cross the baseline. As soon as the ball is entering the zone, you're entering the zone with the racket. Yeah, just make sure you're behind the baseline. So when the player is comfortable with this speed, I give them a little bit faster ball like this. So they need to automatically adjust their swing, and they will also realize that it only matters if they want to have good control of the ball, they just need to meet the ball in the contact zone. And oftentimes I need to remind them that they don't respond with speed to speed. So I give them a fast ball, and most of the times the players then respond with speed. So that's very risky. So I tell them, don't respond to speed with speed, right? If I give fast, you play slower. Okay, Shahid? So I give you fast ball, you give me a little bit slower swing, and yet you still need to meet the ball, yes. You still need to meet the ball in the contact point. So it's not about swinging faster, it's about starting earlier, right? And you start earlier, you will not feel rushed. And I'm not telling him to take the racket back early or something like that. I just encourage him to start a little bit earlier, everything. Move towards the ball quickly with the racket and make sure you hit in the contact zone. There you go. All right, so now he feels he has good control. Even though someone might attack him with a fast ball, he can just respond with a controlled and accurate ball. So in the last step, I basically ask the player to take the zone with them. So the zone is somewhere here on the right side. Now hopefully the player is more aware of where that strike zone is. So I just ask them, take this zone with you. So wherever you move, this way or this way, this zone is always here. And then I ask them, tell me yes or no when they hit the zone, so when they strike the ball in the zone. So let's see the final exercise. So in the last step of these drills, I basically rally with Shahid, and he has to say yes or no if he meets the ball in the contact zone. So Shahid, can you tell me? Okay, so it's not audible on this microphone, but he's saying yes or no if he feels that he's hitting the ball in a good contact, at the good contact point. Good shot.